Agenda item 7, County Manager's Report, Ms. Dukes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, Commissioners. I would like to invite our Emergency Management Director, Ashley Ty, up. As you all know, we have not been fully reimbursed by FEMA from Hurricane Idalia, as well as Helene, and Ashley has an update on where our funding currently is in the system, possibly maybe.
Good evening. So with regards to Hurricane Idalia, we have received all of the majority of our funding, all of our funding for debris. The only thing outstanding is a check to reimburse us for the administrative costs. For example, like the time that I spend developing the paperwork and everything with FEMA, that Ms. Bowen and Robin and her people, all the department heads, compiling all the information, submitting it to FEMA, going through the process. They do reimburse us for our time for that. So that's about $56,000 we're expecting, and that will close out Debbie. Hurricane Debbie, we've already closed out all of that. That was a much smaller and simpler process. So we've closed out Hurricane Debbie. So really the majority of what we're waiting to receive is the remaining debris costs for Hurricane Helene. We have about a little over $9 million is what we're still owed. We were able to do the expedited funding, so we did get right at $13 million up front to help us absorb some of those costs. But we are going through the process. We've submitted everything. It's just a lengthy process. If I had to even guess, I'd say at least 3 to 4 months before it goes through all the hoops and everything before GMA's able to draw the money down and process the payment. We do have some smaller payments. For example, there's for some of the lift stations and things we had some damage to that FEMA will reimburse, like the deductible and things, the amounts that insurance did not cover already. So we have a check that's processing. It'll probably be here in the next week or so for like $13,000, and there's several of those smaller checks. But again, I would say probably by the end of November, the only thing we'll have outstanding is that $9+ million of debris cost, and that will be after the first of the year sometime before we see that. But I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
With the changes we made in the budgeting process, now that money will be able to be reclaimed into the budget now.
It's beyond the deadline. So
beyond
there's
that
some of these
deadline.
smaller checks that may get here in
Okay.
time, but that large $9 million check, it will show in the next.
But that's a lot less than other communities are waiting on, so thank you, Ashley, for your efforts.
I can't say enough about Ashley's efforts early on for that expedited funding. He did describe it as an advance, but we still have
year's theme was lithium-ion battery safety in the home. So we've had an opportunity to go out and present this theme to 3,500 students so far, schools, daycares, and PR events that we've been going to. So we've been keeping Sparky busy. Thanks to Ms. Barwick, she's been putting it on social media, and also we've been getting some good marketing there. Then also, one of the things that we wanted to do was try to start participating in the Georgia Firefighters Burn Foundation. So to my knowledge, I don't think Lowndes County Fire Rescue has done it in the past, or I don't think so. So Chief Huffmaster, one of our battalion chiefs, he wanted to head that up. So he come to me and he said, hey, what's some ideas that we can do? You know, usually firefighters go around holding the boot at storefronts, taking donations. So we wanted to do something different. So with the partnership we have with Quiet Pines, we were like, hey, let's do a golf tournament. So we approached Ms. Thrasher and her team at Quiet Pines, and they were like, yes, let's do it. We'll help y'all. So we've been able to secure the location at Quiet Pines. It'll be this Thursday, starting at 8 o'clock. So being that we're firefighters and not golf tournament gurus, so we said, hey, we're gonna cap it at 9 teams to start with this first year. So we opened it up along Ms. Barwick, putting it on social media for us. We were able to secure all 9 teams within a couple of days. So all the donations that we receive, we've had some community partnerships, like S&L Sausage comes to mind. They've donated sausage so we can cook sausage that morning, and people can buy sausage dogs. We've had some other community partners give some stuff for some raffle prizes that we're going to be able to do. But all the donations will go to the Georgia Firefighters Burn Foundation. And what that does, that supports local hospitals, our burn center in Georgia. It also does a lot for fire prevention. So when we get our total number of our donation, we will be able to receive 10% of that back to purchase fire prevention stuff for next year. So we'll get you a total number when that is concluded on Thursday, and we'll let y'all know the next report.
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all. Thanks, Lee.
Thank
You too. And the last thing I have this evening, Chairman Slaughter, other than to thank our law enforcement, who's also in the room as National First Responders Day, thank you gentlemen for what you do, is to say that we'll be participating next week in Operation Greenlight. Operation Greenlight was created in partnership with NACO to encourage businesses and citizens and residents and local governments to light up green where possible in support of the challenges that are faced by our veteran community. And as a community here in Lowndes County, at any point in time can have between 8,000 and 10,000 veterans. That's certainly a percentage of our population that is worth noting. So we will be lighting the courthouse green next week for that.
Thank you.
That completes my report.
All right. Any questions?
I just want to give a shout out to the Burgers and Bluegrass. I attended the event. It was wonderful, huge amount of community support, all different walks of life, great vendors, Megan, Rachel, everybody else that helped put that on. It was a big success. So just thank y'all for that, and great weather makes a big difference.
Yeah, personally, I'd say I was unable to attend, but I have heard nothing but positive comments about it. A lot of people like it. Matter of fact, they won't know we're having another one next month.
No, not next month.
Chairman, I'd like to just, ask everyone to be mindful of the water table. It's very dry.
Yeah.
Ponds are very low. The water is becoming scarce. As someone who had to add an extension to their well the other day, just be mindful of, we haven't received no rain in a minute. Even the rain we received wasn't much. So,
And the predictions are it's a La Nina year, and so we could have a warmer, dry winter, is kind of what they're saying. So if we don't get any water, then we're going to continue in a dry spell.
Any other questions, comments? All right, we got one citizen wishing to be heard. Let's get that.